love this wig. I don't know why I don't wear it more often. I am so serious. Oh hey, hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13 cast versus Drag Race UK 2's cast. But before we get to that, Jorge, drink me! More iced tea? Well, a lot more tequila than last time. Olé, indeed, Jorge. All right, so let's get to it. Oh, I got a hair. Look at me, I'm Thorgy Thor. Now, before we get started, I do want to thank this week's Tipperdoos. I want to send a big old thank you out to Susan Nikolai and another one to Ode Jackveg. I hope I'm saying your name right, Ode. That's as close as I could come. If I'm saying it wrong, please let me know because how rude, seriously. Okay, so let's get started. When it comes to cast size, is bigger better? Season 2 of Drag Race UK, or as I'm going to call them, UK2, has 12 queens in their cast, while Season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race, or OG 13, went that extra step by casting 13 queens. Do you think that they cast 13 queens because it's Season 13? Either way, both series boast some of the most polished queens we've ever seen on any season of Drag Race across the board. But how do they stack up against each other? Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Now, something that Drag Race has done over its run is open the lines of communication about inclusivity. Sure, it may not always have started in the nicest of tones, particularly Ru's early comments about trans contestants. But they've become teaching moments for everyone involved, and look where we are now, I'm so serious. With that said, one of the biggest anticipations in all the series is the casting of the RuPaul's franchise's first trans male, Gottmik, on the OG 13 cast. And while there aren't any trans queens on UK2 this year, they do have two non-binary queens, Bimini Bon Boulash and Ginny Lemon. How many on the OG side? None from what I can understand, but that doesn't make them bad people. Sexual identification isn't limited to sexual expression, it's also embedded in names. But what's in a name? Well, tons apparently if you're hiding in closet, I'm just saying. But before Wilma and Chad walked through the Season 4 workroom doors, I'd never really heard of a drag queen with a heteronormative boy name. UK2 continues the tradition with Joe Black, although Joe could also be short for Josephine, while on OG 13, they have Joey J, which always makes me think of Joey Heatherton. I don't know why. Now, OG 13 also has Elliot with 2 T's, and while Elliot, with however many T's as you want to use, is associated with traditional boy names, 770 girls were given the name Elliot in 2013, so go figure. Something that we finally seem to get on board with where inclusion is concerned is diversity, and that is certainly true with the OG 13 cast. They have 6 queens of color competing with Kamora representing her Vietnamese sisters. On UK2, they have 3 queens of color, and as Victoria Wondersnatch mentioned on her review of the U2K cast, they don't have any Asian representation this year. But does that make them less inclusive? Age is something we all struggle with, but not so for Team UK2. Their oldest queen is only 34, Veronica Green. I know, 34 feels old to a 34-year-old in a room full of 20-somethings, but trust me, doll, 54 is worse. Seriously. Now, over on OG 13, their oldest queen is Tamisha Iman, who said she's 43, but it seems people aren't believing her because Tamisha also said she has over 30 years experience, which would have made her 12 at the oldest when she was doing drag, right? Who else thinks she's closer to 50? Just me? The point is, she's still closer to 50 than Veronica Green. On the other side of things, UK2's youngest queen is Scottish cutie Ellie Diamond, who's a brand spanking new 21 years old, while OG 13's Gottmik is the youngest at 23. So it looks like the OG 13 cast is skewing older. But does that make them wiser? Personally, I say yes. Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the beholders on Drag Race, aka the judges, no matter what country they're in, tend to respond well to glamour and beauty. Seriously. I mean, a bad performance can often be saved by a fabulous runway. Violet Chachki. So who's set to burn up the runway across the pond? No offense to the queens I didn't pick, but I see 4 queens clearly capable of killing that runway. And they are, in no particular order, Ahura, Tace, Cherry, and Larry, which is a coincidence because Cherry Larry was my drag queen name in high school. These 4 queens are breathtaking in more ways than one. Ahura and Tace are editorial glamazons, and why wouldn't they be? They're roommates in real life, so I'm expecting them both to gag everyone. Lawrence Chaney, or Larry, as I'm going to call him a Scottish teddy bear, is sophisticated glamour, which is a huge compliment to his larger-than-life personality. And finally, I feel that Cherry Valentine is going to be a constant surprise and a much-anticipated queen on the catwalk for the British judges. Her Instagram is full of eclectic looks that have already garnered her quite a following. Over on the OG13 side, 5 queens stand out to me: Gottmik, Kimora, Olivia, Simone, and Utica. Again, not that the rest of the OG cast isn't measuring up, but these 5 queens seem to go that extra step. I included Gottmik because her makeup is brilliant, and the few photos out there of Gottmik in full drag are scarce, but the photos that do exist are stunning and editorial, and because of that, I'm expecting a lot from this queen. I also included Kimora, not because I think she'll reinvent the wheel, but because her drag is rich. Daddy rich. So I'm expecting her to show them all how it's done on that runway. Seriously. Olivia Lux is a very versatile queen with her looks from what I could see. From editorial to street to stunning. This queen will not be disappointing anyone on that runway either. I'm so serious. Utica Queen is going to be a breath of fresh air for the judges as well, I'm predicting. Her original designs and taste level will definitely set her apart from the rest of the queens. And I saved my favorite for last, Simone. This queen is going to be the detox of season 13, seriously. I feel that she will set an impossible bar for the other queens to get over with her runway looks. All in all, I think we'll be in for a fashion parade we won't soon forget. I'm just saying. Both casts have professional dancers in their ranks. Elliot, with 2 T's, trained in ballet, while the UK2's Astina Mandela is a working dancer and choreographer. But OG13 is set apart by the inclusion of a professional skater in their midst, Denali. So I'm sure her skill set will translate to non-frozen surfaces. Both casts have their own odd ducks. OG13 has Joey J, the wigless queen. Not that the rest of her drag is challenging. She's a beautiful queen, but that wig thing is going to be a huge issue. Speaking of huge issues, as far as odd ducks go, there are none odder than Ginny Lemon. And try as I might, I cannot find one picture of her doing full-on girly glamour drag. I predict that Ginny won't just confuse the judges, she'll challenge them. Seriously. As far as comedy queens go, I feel that the UK2 cast as a whole will do better in the comedy and acting challenges. This whole cast is full of bigger than Broadway personalities. Plus, they have 2 cabaret queens in Joe Black and Ginny Lemon. Hell, even that glamour puss Tace looks like she's good for a laugh, I'm just saying. OG13, on the other hand, not so much. There are more than a few queens who strike me as not having good senses of humor, but let's hope I'm wrong. But the few that I feel will be good for a laugh are Tina Burner, Candy Muse with that huge personality, and Utica Queen. But I suspect that Utica Queen will spend a lot of time being funny by accident. By the way, Funny Accident was my drag queen name in the orphanage. One thing that both casts have in common is that this is a stunning cast of queens. They all seem to have performance experience, even the younger ones. They all seem very confident, and I think they're all going to give us some brilliant TV to kick off 2021 with. So, how about you? Will you be watching both? Do you think one cast will come off as stronger than the other? Let me know in the comments down below. Either way, you know I will be watching both and I will be reviewing both, even if it kills me. I think it might. But whether you watch both series or just one, make sure you come on back and see me when you're done so you and I can compare notes. Until then, please like this video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you'd like to support this channel and me. All the links are in the description box down below. Now, this is my last video of 2020, and I would like to thank you all who've watched. I'd like to thank you all who I've been talking to, and I'd like to thank you all for your support. I wouldn't do this if you weren't watching. Well, that's not true. I'd do it anyway. I got nothing else to do. But with that said, I do want to wish you the happiest of holidays. I hope that you are in a good cluster of people that you like to be around. And until 2021, miss me. Mwah. Seriously, Jorge. I'm enjoying this Mexican iced tea. I think it would be great if the cast from both seasons of Drag Race challenged each other to a death match. That would be fun. I don't know, I think that Ginny Lemon would she's probably packing. She got something on her. I didn't wear my mole again, Jorge. It's like I don't want to be beautiful. I don't understand. Why am I forgetting my mole? I'll just be like, thinking. What's going on? Oh, I think it'll be a good Christmas this year. Won't have to see anybody I don't like. That's the best thing about Zoom. Delete. Cancel. No.